Okay, so finally all the stuffs are ready. We upload routers, we upload switches, we upload these venerable server, we upload Linux and so many other flavor as well. The only thing I did not show you is this two system. This is a small Linux, it's like a Docker. So you just need to copy paste, it's already ready made. And these two PC1 and PC2 is VPCs. Okay, so I mentioned here the switches images I use in the lab is these one. Yesterday we upload these images. Okay, and the I give them the name AS and AS2 and AS3 and the core switch. So all these images are same. Okay, the edge router I use this model of router. Yesterday we upload this one, so you can use the same one. PC3 is a Linux Slake. It's a small Docker Linux. You just need to upload and it will work. Also, the web server is the Linux Tiny Core. It's also ready-made image I will give you, and you can use them as a web server. Second web server is XP. So I create this XP similar way. Here is here XP. This XP out. I install XP here and I follow the same procedure which I told you. I install web server, XAMPP server. Then I install the SSH, I install many things. When it's ready, so I convert them similar way which we convert many images. So I don't want to show you that because now you know. So basically this XP I download ISO file, I install here. This you can see XP outside. I just give them this and then I make them as a web server. The attacker, we already know, we create this one. So we're gonna use Kali Linux specially. And broken application, we already done this part. That's why we were doing all those things. So we're gonna use four different. One is OAS broken application. Second one is bbox. We done this one. The buggy application, PHP action, and Metasploitable 2. Okay, and we will use management cloud. So we discuss different management cloud. And PC1, PC2 is VPCs. These are the default install. So now we know about all these images and how to upload them to EveNG. So I hope so you don't have an issue. And these are the image naming as well if you need them. Now the IP schema. IP schema which we will use in our lab is the outside. My external is 114. In your case it will be different. Yesterday I show you the first cloud is there. Is connect to your it's here. Is depend on your first interface. So my first interface is NAT and the NAT IP is here. So if I go to virtual network editor, so don't be confused, it will be changed in your case. In my case NAT is 114, in your case it will be different. This the only thing you need to change. Rest of everything you need to follow along with me, same lab. Then the edge router IP will be 1.1, OAS server IP will be 1.2, the other buggy web server IP will be 1.3, PHP action site will be 1.4, and these are the MAC address. Deliberately I change them so that it can easy to trace them. So edge router we will give them MAC address 11, AA, all of them as A. The OAS server is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30 and 99. These will be the MAC addresses. I will show you how to change the MAC addresses. To the router we will change the MAC address to 11. Here the MAC address is 30. Here the MAC address is 99. Here the MAC address is IPS 6, so MAC address is 66. IPS 77, so we will give them MAC address 77. Here the attacker IP is 1.8, we will give them MAC address 88. Here the OAS top 10 MAC address we will give them 22. AA is there by the way, you know MAC address, yeah. And then 33, so 3, 4, 4, 4 and 5, 5. So we will change the MAC addresses so that we can easily follow that which device has which MAC address and which IP. So these are the MAC addresses. Some system will get DHCP through DHCP. Okay, and rest of them we will assign them these IP addresses. Our DNS will be 88 and 11, and our DHCP server will be 1.1, which is this router and our topology. So this will be our DHCP server. These two will be our web server, and these four is our servers, which is vulnerable. We will test many things, and this is attacker system which is connected here. Okay, and there is some client. We will test them for a different purpose. So I hope so it's clear the IP schema and the detail. So let's start to create such topology. So right click here. The first thing we need a router, so 72, and it's here this 72 model router we use. It's 72 and this one. So you need to type this one, and let's go back. So it's this one. So I need a router and give them a name edge, whatever the name you want to give them. And we need to put a slot. Two fast ethernet is enough. So I give them slot this one and this fast ethernet 2 interfaces, and click save. Okay, and let's see this router. You will see here, so router is there. Second thing, I need 1 2 3 4 switches. Okay, so switches we installed yesterday. The switches you will find in IOL. So go to IOL. Okay, and the first switches we will use, give them a name SW, and I need to put 4. So 4 switches. Change the icon to switch. Let's go down to switch S, and let's see, this one is okay. Okay, and it's better to give them more interfaces to make them 2. So 2 means 8 interfaces will be there. Maybe we have more connectivity and some switches like here 1 2 3 4 5. So then you will not connect more devices. So it's better to change them to 8 interfaces, 4 in each. Okay, so I change this one and click save. So 4 switches are ready, and here as we have switches, we will use one here and one here as per the topology. 1 2 3. Okay, and one here. We can change the name later on, it's no issue. And next thing, we need these 3 devices. So what I use, PC1 and PC2 is basically VPCS. So let's right click node and type here VPCS. It's by default available. Okay, so VPCS, and give them 2 and change the name to PC and change the icon to something good. It's this one, and click save. So now we have 2 PC as well. So let me put here, we will change the name as give them wrong, it's okay. Still we need. Now for this one, the PC3 and this remote PC1, basically I use Linux Slack. So I already share. If you go to Linux, okay, it's a small Linux graphical one, this one, Linux Slack. So click on this one, and I need 2 of these. Okay, but what I need to do, and now we will start to change the MAC addresses. So let me put 1. Let me right click again, because I need to change the MAC addresses now as per our topology. So click on Linux Slack and type here PC. Which PC is this? It's PC3. So PC3, change the icon to client, click on C, so it will take you to the client nearby. It's this one. And if you go down, it says the first Ethernet MAC address. So what we decide for this one is 30. So the MAC address is here. Just copy 30, this MAC address, and just go there and paste here that this will be the MAC address of this device, and click save. Okay, so PC3, where is PC3? Is here. I change the MAC address, keep in mind. For these 2 I don't need to change the MAC address, just neither I can change, because VPC you cannot change the MAC address. Now I need the remote PC. So the remote PC MAC address will be 99. So let me copy this one. So it's so easy to change the MAC address here, and right click node and go to Linux and click here Linux Slack and give them remote PC1. I believe I give them remote PC1. Yeah, remote PC1, and change the icon to client C and go to suppose this one, and first MAC address, paste this one, that the MAC address will be 9 for this device. So when I start up, so they will get this MAC address, and it's here. Now what we need, so we done these 3 devices and this one. Now I need 2 web server. So for web server, one is the Tiny Core Linux and another one is XP. Okay, so let's take the XP first. Go to node and type window. On window, choose XP, and what I done, I believe I give them a name web server 2. So let's type web server 2 and change the icon to server. Go to any server, suppose server web. Okay, and put the MAC address. The MAC address we decide for the 7. So click here and let's go to 7. You can copy paste as well, and that's it, and click save. So XP MAC address is changed and we put MAC address XP ready as well. Now let's go to the other one, web server. This time I'm using web server the Linux base. So one is Windows base, another is Linux. This one is a web server I create. I will share the video how to make them as a web server. We use an F5 LTM. Those students know I show them. So I will share that video, and it's this one, Tiny Core Linux. So Tiny Code is ready-made, you can use them, and here we will give them a name web server 1 and change them to server Linux, and MAC address we decide for this one is 6. So let's put this one and change this to 66. We are just changing the last digits in the MAC addresses. Okay, and let's come here. So our two web server are ready. Now what else we need? Now finally we need a Kali Linux and these 4 vulnerable server which we created and configure. So let's go to node and type here Linux. Again, most of the time we are going to Linux directory, and here I need to choose Kali Linux. So here is Linux, the latest one, and type here attacker, this the name, and choose K to go to Kali icon, and the MAC address has to be assigned, I believe it's 8. Yes, it's 8. Change the last 2 digits to 8 and just click save. Okay, and we are here. So attacker system is here, and finally we need these 4 different server. So the first one is OWASP top 10. So OWASP top 10 vulnerable server is, let's go to Linux, and which we configure yesterday. So let's go to OWASP, we give them OWASP or something, yes, here, and give them here the name OWASP so that we know which server is this one, and server is Linux base, and the MAC address has to be 2. So go down, there is a first Ethernet MAC address and type 2. So A and the last is 2 and click save. Okay, so this is our first vulnerable server. Where is it's here, and now the second server is buggy web. So let's go to node again, let's go to Linux. Okay, and click on buggy web. It should be somewhere, yeah, it's B, and give them what name I give them here, SBW is this one, and S server Linux, and the MAC address we decide is 3. So let's go down and type there the MAC address has to be 33 and click save. Okay, and this one is also done. So 2 server, and the third server is PHP auction. So right click again, go to node and Linux, and the Linux, go to PHP auction. It should be, it's here, PHP auction, and give them a name PHP auction, I think so. I give them this name, yes, PHP auction with capital, it's okay, or small, and also server is Linux base, and the MAC address we decide for this one is 4. So let's go to type this one and change the last 2 digits to 44 and click save. Okay, so now this server is there, PHP auction, and final server is Metasploitable with the 5. So let's go to node Linux, and let's go to Linux again, and it's Metasploitable, this one, Linux Metasploitable, and type Metasploitable the name, and server is Linux base, and the MAC address is, I believe is, we give them 5. So let's go to the first MAC address, should be 55 and click save. So we are done with these one as well. Okay, and it's here. So finally we collect all these nodes, and now let's properly connect them. Yes, we need one cloud for internet connectivity. So I told you the first one, keep the net, so net will provide you internet access as well. So click on network and click on the management cloud and give them a name internet. In my case I can change this icon, but in your case if you not, so it's okay. So global, I give them the icon this one, so make them a bit better look, and that's it. Now these let's change the name PC1. This should be PC1. So virtual PC, and let's give them a PC1. And now let's change the other PC name as well, because when I drag them, so it's give them PC7. We need as a PC1 and 2, and it's here. Okay, these are the these two PC. The name was wrong, so I make them correct. Okay, and this switch name has to be AS. I believe I give them AS1. It's not necessary to be this one. Okay, you can give them anything, but just for the you can follow with me. So AS2, this switch, so this switch will be AS2. Okay, so let me change them to AS2. Okay, and the other one is core, so this will be core. So let's change them to core. And finally the last switch, we has to give them AS3, which connected all these devices. So let's change this one as well, edit and AS3, and we are done. So the naming is okay, the MAC address is. Now the final thing is the connectivity. Okay, so what we can do, let me bring this one is here, and let's select all these, and we can choose, I believe, this one. Okay, and now what I need to do, let's do the connectivity, and this 3 PC we need to do it to make them in order. Okay, and let's bring them here. It's here, and remote PC, and these two server will be here. Okay, now let's do the connectivity. So what I can do, let's connect this one to the edge router 0/0, and I believe I use the 1/0 down. So let's do this 1/0. Okay, and the 0 interface will be connected outside so that we can follow along. And let me connect this router outside to the internet. Okay, 0/0 interface. So the router part is done. Let's start this one, and now let's connect this one to AS1. Okay, we can connect to any interface, it's not a big issue. And now let's connect the other side to this switch. Okay, so we connect this side and this side and this side to the router, and next we need to connect the downside. I just don't want to show you this one, so that's why I'm going there, because it's, you know, it's disturbing sometime. This the disadvantages of EVNG, is showing you this black screen. You see this one, it's like a okay, so we connect this switch as well, and now let's connect finally this one to server 1. Okay, and this one to server 2. This is Windows XP server, and this one is the Linux server, okay, which we are using in our lab. And this side we have 3 systems to connect. So this is PC1, and then we have PC2 and PC3. 3 PCs are connected here, we're gonna use in our lab. Okay, and now let's connect to PC2, and the third interface we will connect them to PC3. So now let's do this one. Okay, it's here, PC3. Okay, and now we need to connect the down switch. Also there is one system left, we will connect this one to here. Okay, and this part is also done. Okay, and finally we need to connect the rest of the devices, so let me make them in here. And now let's connect to attacker. By the way, you can use any operating system, which we done three operating system: Kali Linux, we have Parrot, and we have Bagbox. Any of these you can use, so all of them is similar. Okay, so it's up to you, but anyway we choose the Kali Linux. So let me connect these one. Okay, and now let's connect to this one. So these are the four venerable server which we configure. Still there are many things to connect because we need to assign them static IP. So let's see now this the first part, connectivity. Okay, so let's see now, and let me connect this one as well. Okay, so finally all the devices are connected. Okay, now what we need to do, I need to type the IP schema. Okay, we need to type the IP schema. So let me make them flowchart, and let's change this one as well. Okay, and let's start all the devices. So let me start all the new nodes because it will take some time, and let me make them in a style. So let's change edit style, and let's change this to this one. And also I need to put the IP so that you know outside, even though it's not important, but it's better to type the IPs outside so that we know which thing has which MAC address and which IP. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's this one, and let's change this one as well. Leave it like this, it's okay. And now it's not in order like this. Okay, and let's do this one. Okay, these switches are not started, so we can start them forcefully. Okay, and now let's style this one as well. Okay, until it started, let's style this one. Let me drag them here, and it's here. Okay, and let's do this one. As I believe not straight, it should be this one. And let's change this one as well to here. Okay, that's it. And now what else we need to do? Okay, and finally we need to type the IPs and MAC addresses. That one is important. So let me write down here, and let me make them. What else I need to type? The MAC address is 11, and let me change the color to something red. Okay, so this is the MAC address we will assign to as we decide in our lab. Okay, so the MAC address of this router will be this one. Okay, and the MAC address of this PC will be 33. PC3, so 33 is the MAC address, either is 30, sorry, because 3 will give to the server. So let me drag this one, so this is the MAC address. Okay, and let me duplicate again. Let me quickly see which MAC address. Yeah, so this is 30, this is 99, and rest of them is by number. So let's go to here. By the way, it's here first. So this is 8, we give them MAC address 88. So 88 is the MAC address, and this one is MAC address is 2, and then continuously 3 4 5 like this. So let MAC address 22, and let's change the MAC address to this one is 33. Okay, 33, and let me duplicate, and let's put the MAC address 44, and let's change this 55, and let me copy this one to, I believe it's 6, yes, and then the other one is 7. So I'm doing MAC address is here 66, we decide, and we also change. Okay, when we drag the device, we change the MAC address there. You can change directly, by the way, when you install later on you can change, but the easy way is to do it like that. So this is 77, and the last MAC address I need to put here the remote one. So for the remote one we decide 99. So let's drag this one as well and put the MAC address 99. So I believe all the devices are done. MAC address this side we don't need, so 1, and this is we don't need PC1 PC2 30 99 66 77 8 2 3 4 5, and similarly I need to put the IP addresses as well. So let's do that one as well. So let me duplicate this one. Okay, and let me drag them here, and this time I will change the color to something else so that we distinguish them. And I believe I just typed the full IP addresses. Yeah, I believe, let's see, DHCP. Yeah, so I need to type the complete IP. So here what we will do, 192.168.1.1. 1.1 we will assign to our gateway, which is our this edge router. Okay, so let me put this IP here. So the router IP will be 1.1, and 1.8, okay, this one 1.8 will be this one, and 2 3 4 5 we will assign these static IP. Now in the next video we will assign these IP. So 8 will be the IP address of Kali Linux, and what else, 2 we will assign to so let me drag 2. So 2 we will assign to this one, and this will be 3. So let's change the IP to 3. This will be 4. Okay, and this will be, let me duplicate because we will need few more as well. This will be 5. We'll assign 5 IP to this server. Okay, what else we left? Yeah, 6 and 7 as well. So 6 will be web server 1, and the web server 2 will be 7 IP. We will assign them to, let's go to this one and change the IP to 7. The MAC address is 7, and the IP, the last digit will be 7, so that we can distinguish them. So why it's going there. Let me write down here. I need to edit this one. So 7 and save. And now I need to drag this one to here, and let's change this to 6. Okay, so this one, and okay, this one I believe I need assign. No, this is through DHCP. These two are also through DHCP, and this should be it's okay. And what else we need to do? Yeah, that's it. So finally we are done, and let's assign here as well. We will assign if it DHCP is not working. Sometime my VPC is not working through DHCP, so I will assign 10 IP is not in use. Yeah, so I will assign 10 here and 11 here, because we will do a take on these two PC as well, the ICMP flooding. So I need to do the communication between these. So 10 will be assigned there, and let's see, 20 is not in use. Yeah, 20 we will assign either 11. We will use these two IP for the system, and they will get through DHCP. Okay, so these two system will get IP through DHCP, and also my outside interface will get IP through DHCP. So let me write down here, if you are asking that what we will use here, so it will get through DHCP IP, and also this PC will get, because we will configure this router as a DHCP server as well. So this will get also IP through DHCP, and also this PC will get IP through DHCP. So let me drag them here. These two systems we're gonna test for the DHCP. I believe everything is done. Okay, and now we need to start to configure all these devices, the IP schema which we decide, and we need to configure them, those things which we decide them. So let's go back if we miss something. So we put the detail, the IPs. Okay, the color box, basically let me quickly put you, by the way, you can go to custom shapes, and you can say that square, rounded, whatever you like, and solid color or whatever. The background should be minimum, and you can choose any color, suppose red, and the background color is also like this. Suppose the green one is a bit okay, so let's go to the green one and save. Okay, so it's come up. So basically I done like this. If you are asking that how you done it, so it's like this way. Okay, and similarly you can take a duplicate of this one and can change the color if you want. So let's go to right click and go to edit, and tell them that I don't need this color. Let's change the background color to green something. It's okay, and just drag them and let's put them here. Okay, and it's here. And if you don't like this color, right click, let make them more light color, so background color, and change them more light, so it will be more good. Yeah, it's like this. And similarly I done the other side as well. Similarly I duplicate, I just change the color. So it's up to you, whatever you like. So let's go to this one and put them here, and similarly duplicate, and let's do it here as well. So for this side, change this one like this way and put them here, these 4 server. It's here like this. Okay, and for the Kali Linux it's better to take another shape, and it should be circle, should be good. So let's go to circle and change the background color to, it's believe, let's go to this one, and background color also let's go to this one, and it's not like this, 4, leave it 2, and we are done. So let me put a circle here separately on this attacker machine, because this one is the important one, and it's here. That's it. And also you can put here, but anyway you get the idea how I done it, and I create this topology which look good. Basically you need to do all this. That's it. So our topology is ready now, and next step we need to configure one by one all these devices, then we're gonna start our attack. So That's it.